Hi, sexuals. What's up? This is your boy David Wraith coming to you directly from my bathroom. Here to talk about 3 things I think we should leave behind. 3 things that we should leave in 2017 and not carry into 2018. And I'm specifically talking to my gentlemen right now. Okay, so 3 things. Number 1, unsolicited dick pics. Bruh. Bruh. I can't even believe we're still having this conversation in 2018. I actually debated on whether or not to include this as one of the 3 things. And then the day after I had the idea for this video, my good friend Kendra Holiday posted on Facebook that someone had sent her an unsolicited dick pic. So I guess there's still a thing. Now, I traveled throughout the US and Canada doing workshops on sex and relationships. I've never heard the story of a guy that got laid because he sent a dick pic. I've never heard of the couple who got together because of an unsolicited dick pic. Now, I know guys have gotten laid in spite of sending dick pics, and so maybe their cause and effect is confused, but I've never heard of a woman say that she had sex with a guy because he sent her an unsolicited picture of his dick. I know women who had sex with a guy in spite of that, and I know guys who have disqualified themselves from having sex with the object of their desire because they sent a dick pic. So, because I'm not only about identifying the problem, I'm about offering solutions, I'm about alternatives, I'm about choices, I'm going to give you some alternatives to sending a picture of your dick. Okay, first, instead of sending a picture of your dick, you could send a woman a picture of your face, smiling, that says, hello. Let's see, you could send a woman a cat picture. I have yet to hear a woman complain about a guy sending her a picture of his cat. It hasn't happened to my knowledge. Now, the third option, and this is definitely optional, is if you must send a woman a picture of your crotch, if you feel a strong compulsion to send women pictures of your crotch that they did not ask for, here's my suggestion. Find your best, most expensive, best fitting pair of pants. Not like, your Adidas sweats, but a nice pair of trousers. Get them cleaned, starched, and pressed at your local dry cleaner, and take a picture of your clothed crotch area. Send it to a woman with the caption, "Would you like to see what's underneath?" You're giving her the option to consent to a dick pic or to say, "No thanks, I'm good," in which case you keep it moving. Again, I'm not sure I would do that, but it's creative, it involves a little planning, and it's not as offensive as naked dick that she was not expecting. Okay, number 2. The second thing I think we can leave in 2017 and not bring with us to 2018, catcalling and street harassment. Now, I know we're having a very different conversation right now because of Harvey Weinstein and the Me Too movement, but catcalling and street harassment, still a problem that needs to be addressed. Now, again, I know a lot of you guys are saying, if I can't approach women on the street, how will I meet women? I will address that, but first, some distinctions. There is a difference between a cold approach and catcalling and harassment. First of all, catcalling is disrespectful, and I don't think any guy logically believes that catcalling is going to lead to a relationship or sex. Again, I travel the US and Canada doing workshops on dating and relationships. I haven't met the woman who said, "Oh, well, I was walking down the street, minding my own business, and this guy's car slowed down, and he rolled down his window and started going, 'Yo, ma, yo, ma, yo, ma, let me holler at you, let me holler at you, let me holler at you. You're looking real good in them jeans, ma, let me holler.'" Like, I have yet to hear the relationship that started that way. Now, as far as harassment, now, technically harassment is a pattern of behavior. So a lot of guys will say, "How am I harassing you if I just met you?" Okay, When you engage with a woman and she makes it very clear that she is not interested in engaging with you in kind, and you persist, you have crossed the line into harassment, in my opinion. I believe you can establish a pattern in a single interaction if within that interaction she makes it very clear that she is not interested in you, and you keep overriding her resistance or her no. To me, that qualifies as harassment. Now, as far as how can you meet women, I think a respectful, cold approach is fine as long as once she expresses that she's not interested in you, you keep it moving. Thank you for your time. Have a blessed day. Goodbye. Keep it moving. Because when a woman expresses that she's not interested in engaging with you and you persist, basically what you're telling her is she's not safe with you. You don't respect her agency in public, with your clothes on, in the broad light of day, with witnesses when the stakes are very low. So what are you communicating to her about how you will behave at night, in private, with the clothes coming off, if she changes her mind, or she consents to certain things or not other things? You've already established that her consent, what she wants, what she desires, how she wants to be engaged with, doesn't matter to you. So, and on top of that, again, I'm not saying you can never cold approach a stranger in public, but I've never done it with the intent of establishing like a sexual romantic relationship. And I do just fine. Like, I've had my fair share of sex and I've dated my fair share of women. None of those stories start with me approaching a stranger who's on her way to work or shopping in a grocery store. I started one relationship by cold approaching a woman in a coffee house, but it was a coffee house where we were both regulars and we kind of seen each other around. So when guys say, if I can't approach strangers on the street, how will I meet women? I'm thinking, like, don't you have friends? Don't you have hobbies? Don't you have social engagements that you attend? Like, it's fairly easy to meet people without going up to strangers on the street. None of my guy friends are guys that I like stopped on the sidewalk and said, hey, I'm not gay or nothing, I'm just looking for platonic guy friends who want to hang out. Like, they're guys that I met through friends or through work or through school. So yeah, the whole how can I meet women if I don't approach the women on the street, that's bullshit, personally, I believe. And again, I don't think that there's never an appropriate time or way to cold approach a stranger, that you should not be allowed to do it at all. I'm just saying it, do it respectfully. And once she lets you know that she's not interested, keep it pushing. Okay, third thing that I believe we can leave behind in 2017, not bring into 2018, mansplaining. Okay, now here's how I feel. And you could apply this to white-splaining, cis-splaining, straight-splaining. If you feel tempted to say phrases like, I'm just here to stir the pot, I'm just trying to start a dialogue, I'm just playing devil's advocate, stop. In fact, most phrases that begin with, well, actually, if you're speaking to a marginalized group that you are not a member of about issues that affect them way more than they affect you, maybe just stop, okay? I see this online all the time. Guys in like feminist spaces or guys who jump into threads of conversations about women's issues will say, well, I'm just trying to get a dialogue started, which presupposes that women are incapable of starting a dialogue about issues that pertain to them without us saying some really condescending or borderline misogynistic shit. Trust me, fellas, these conversations have been going on without us for a long time and will continue to do so. The pot has been stirred. The devil needs no advocate. Okay? So I think when you want to engage with women about a feminist topic or the topic that's a women's issue, quote unquote, the key is to be very respectful and to acknowledge the fact that you are not an expert on this. They are the experts on their own experience. Even if you have, the academic knowledge about feminism or women's issues, which a lot of us don't because it's optional for us, it's not necessary to our survival as men. But even if you have that academic knowledge or the research knowledge, you don't have the lived experience of a woman. So trust people to be the experts on their own experience, engage respectfully, and listen more than you talk. I mean, shut the fuck up, listen and learn would be my advice. Ask questions, but I would say ask questions because you genuinely want to hear and will listen to an answer, not asking a loaded question that is designed to offend or that is a sneaky way to inject your political opinion into the conversation. Ask genuine questions if you have to ask questions at all, and don't ask Googleable questions, okay? The internet is your friend. You don't walk into a graduate level class and ask them to dumb it down to, freshman in high school level. A lot of times I see women, or even women and men, engaging in a pretty high level inside baseball conversation about feminist issues, and some clueless guy will jump in with really rudimentary level questions that show that they're not educated in this issue and they haven't done the prerequisites. They haven't bothered to educate themselves with all the resources that are available. All right. So there you have it, folks. 3 things that I think we as men can leave behind in 2017 and not bring into 2018. If you have other suggestions, if you think I'm full of shit, if you agree with me wholeheartedly, you can say so in the comments. Or if you don't want to engage about this publicly but want to talk to me privately, feel free to direct message me. You can contact me through my website, davidwraith.com. Peace. Bisexuals.